The wealthiest Americans are evading hundreds of billions of dollars in taxes each year, the Treasury Department asserted in a report released Wednesday, using the findings to bolster the case for a proposed $80 billion investment to help the Internal Revenue Service improve tax enforcement. The United States collects less tax revenue as a percentage of gross domestic product than at most points in recent history, in part because owed but uncollected taxes are so significant, the Treasury Department's Natasha Sarin wrote in the report. These unpaid taxes mean policymakers must choose between rising deficits, lower spending on important priorities, or further tax increase to compensate for lost revenue, which will only be borne by compliant taxpayers. Greater tax enforcement. To help pay for a $1 trillion infrastructure plan, President Joe Biden's administration has proposed increasing the IRS budget by $80 billion over the next 10 years to generate an estimated $320 billion in tax collections over the same period, but lawmakers ultimately scrapped that plan in a bipartisan compromise. Additionally, it proposed tax reporting requirements for financial institutions to help audit sophisticated tax evaders. The administration expects the audits would generate an additional $460 billion over the next decade. The Congressional Budget Office last week said the Biden administration's enforcement plans would only yield about $200 billion in additional revenue. The agency says it expects some taxpayers will adapt to the stepped-up enforcement activities with new ways of evading detection, thereby lowering expected returns after a few years. Richest Americans, including Bezos, Musk and Buffett, paid federal income taxes equaling just 3.4% of $401 billion in new wealth, Bombshell Report shows, Forbes.